This is a place where it only takes a second to imagine your future. Grasp a new concept in class. Inspire a child's curiosity. Discover a real-world solution. Seize an unexpected opportunity.
There goes Davis!
This is where you gain the preparation, confidence, and determination to succeed. This is Auburn.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
This week on Eagle Eye News, Auburn Athletic Director Jay Jacobs announced his resignation after months of scandal in the athletic department. And a deadly massacre during a Texas church service leaves dozens dead and more injured. These stories and more ahead on Auburn's News Leader.
Good evening and welcome to Eagle Eye News at 7. I'm Nia Humphrey.
And I'm Julia Murphy.
Athletic Director Jay Jacobs announced his retirement last week after 13 years serving in the position and months of controversies in the athletic department.
Jacobs has been in the hot seat for months following several controversies across athletic teams. Eagle Eye's Ellie Falconer has more on those scandals.
Yes, that's right. Jacobs' last few months at the university have been tumultuous. Starting with the softball scandal, in August, longtime head coach Clint Myers resigned. Just a few days later, a former softball player filed a Title IX suit alleging abusive treatment by the Auburn softball coaching staff and a pattern of sexual harassment. Myers' son, Corey Myers, resigned in the middle of the investigation. Then came former quarterback Shaun White's arrest for public intoxication. Just over a day later, head coach Gus Malzahn announced the dismissal of White from the team. Then in basketball, associate head coach Chuck Person was accused of federal bribery and was suspended without pay from the university. Person and coaches at other schools allegedly directed student athletes to retain services of a specific financial advisor and business manager. Live in the newsroom, I'm Ellie Falconer, Eagle Eye TV.
In a letter to the university, Jacobs acknowledged the scandal, saying, "The last several months have been a particularly difficult time across several sports. A series of controversies have arisen. They have begun to take their toll and have raised questions about why Auburn must endure such problems. As I have always done, I have worked my hardest and best to do what is right for Auburn."
Jacobs has been with the program since 2004. Eagle Eye's Aiden Desmond has more on what his time at the university has looked like.
Yeah, guys, Jacob certainly had the positive impact on the Auburn athletics, of course. He was a former walk-on under legendary coach Pat Dye, and during his tenure since 2004, Auburn won 11 national titles and 24 SEC championships. Back to you guys at the desk.
Jacobs will step down on June 1st, 2018, or sooner if his successor is in place.
A search committee will be used to find the next athletic director.
Florida State University has banned all Greek life indefinitely after a fraternity pledge died at a party over the weekend and a different fraternity member was arrested and charged with the sale and trafficking of cocaine. During the ban, fraternity and sorority chapters will be prohibited from holding new member events, council or chapter meetings, organized tailgates, and events such as socials, philanthropy, retreats, intramurals, and organized participation in campus-wide events.
Students will be allowed to remain as residents in their fraternity or sorority houses and will have meal service. FSU's President John Thrasser said in a prepared statement, "For this suspension to end, there will need to be a new normal for Greek life at the university. There must be a new culture and our students must be full participants in creating it." Thrasher said that the timetable for lifting the suspension is up to the student community.
26 people have died following a shooting at a Texas church on Sunday in the 5th largest mass shooting in American history. Gunshots were fired at First Baptist Church in Sutherland Springs, Texas, yesterday morning during a church service. Among the victims are 12 to 14 children, including the pastor's daughter and 8 members of the same family. The youngest shooting victim was just 17 months old. The deaths make up 4% of the small town's population.
26-year-old former Air Force member Devin Kelly opened fire around 10:30 a.m. inside of the church. A local citizen grabbed his rifle and followed the suspect until he crashed his car and was found dead from a gunshot wound. Authorities are saying that the shooter was not motivated by race or religion, but by a domestic dispute with his mother-in-law, who attended the church but was not there on Sunday morning. Kelly did kill his wife's grandmother. President Trump spoke at a news conference from Japan, saying, "This isn't a gun situation. This is a mental health problem at the highest level. It's a very, very sad event."
About 180 female Auburn students are learning how to enhance their safety and utilize self-defense techniques to escape a potential assailant. Over the course of 6 weeks, the Auburn University Department of Campus Safety and Security's Rape Aggression Defense, or RAD program, hosts women in the student act on campus to practice self-defense.
The program includes lectures, technique practice, and stimulation training. Students learn various defense methods such as ground defense, wrist grabs, knee strikes, and chokeholds. Physical strategy over individual strength is emphasized. According to the National Sexual Violence Resource Center, 1 in 5 women are sexually assaulted while in college. The RAD program is an elective of 1-hour class credit and is offered in the fall and spring.
After the break, the latest in Auburn football. You're watching Eagle Eye News at 7.
If you don't fix them, sparks from dragging tow chains could cause a wildfire, and that could be scary. Hi, Smokey. Only you can prevent wildfires.
See on page 4 that the projections need to be tornado next Thursday.
Seriously? Thursday? Can't do that.
This is really inconvenient.
I have yoga that day. I have no time for this. So.
I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
After a week off, and volleyball squares off against in-state rival Alabama. I'm Nicole Davis with sports. Football was back on the road after their bye week, this time traveling to College Station. The Tigers closing out their 3-game road series in front of the notorious 12th man at Texas A&M. The Aggies kept Auburn on their toes in the first. Keith Ford takes the handoff, plows into Daniel Thomas, and bounces off of him to find a wide-open right lane to cruise into end zone. Texas A&M scored 10 unanswered points, but Auburn has something to say about that. Stidham drops back only to find Darius Slayton streaking across the middle to go 53 yards to put Auburn back on top 14-13. The Aggies looking to answer on the ensuing drive, but can't pull it off. To close out the half, Shane Tuprika punts it away, but it's Nick Ruffin to swat the ball back in the Texas A&M end zone to have Malik Miller recover the touchdown. The momentum would steamroll from there. The Tigers would go on to dominate the rest of the game, pulling away to win it at 42-17.
You know, the block punt for a touchdown right before half, I thought that was huge, and that gave us some momentum because that first half was extremely challenging.
Football will return home to close out their regular season facing 2 of the top teams in the country. Auburn's volleyball team welcomed rival Alabama to the Auburn Arena Wednesday night. The Tigers took the lead with the first set and continued that lead into the second set with an 11-point lead. Alabama made a comeback for the third and fourth set, ending the fourth set with a score of 2-2. The crowd was on their feet as Auburn and Alabama went head-to-head for the final point. Auburn came out on top with the winning score of 3-2.
Really happy with the way we battled through there. I mean, we started off and I thought we were really organized defensively and got some good situations. And yeah, they're a good team and they battled back on us. And I thought we were in a tough spot there at the end, but the kids just trust themselves and stayed aggressive. We got them some opportunities where we could be aggressive in the transition and got the win.
Volleyball will stay welcoming Tennessee Thursday night. To stay up to date on all your Auburn sports, go to our website, eagleeyeauburn.com, or follow us on Twitter at EETV_sports. We'll be right back with your weather update.
This is a place where it only takes a second to imagine your future. Grasp a new concept in class. Inspire a child's curiosity. Discover a real-world solution. Seize an unexpected opportunity.
There goes Davis!
This is where you gain the preparation, confidence, and determination to succeed. This is Auburn.
So, I'm kind of new here, but I've noticed a trend. My human does this funny thing where she goes around and gets all my toys, and then she hides them in that basket by the door. It's like, hello, that's where you put it last time. You were the worst at hide and go seek.
Look at this week's weather. So you'll notice the temperatures have been rising and falling just as quickly as you can blink your eye. But beginning this week, it's 78 degrees and 76 degrees in early week. Moving on throughout the days, we've got some showers coming in by midweek and finally rounding out your week at 66 degrees and 69 degrees. So the temperatures are in fact falling. Here's a look at tomorrow's schoolcast. So we've got temperatures at 71 degrees when you wake up. By lunchtime, it'll be right at 74 degrees, getting a little bit warmer. And then finally at night, it'll be cooling off at 68 degrees. And that's a look at this week's weather. Stay tuned for more. The Auburn Athletics ticket office is urging fans to use caution when buying tickets from other fans for this week's game against Georgia. The only authorized ticket outlets are the Auburn Ticket Office, opposing school ticket offices, Reply Buy, and StubHub. Event operations group officials are located at each gate to detect counterfeit tickets and will escort ticket holders out of the stadium if they are found to be using a counterfeit. One thing to look out for is potential photoshopping on seat locations. Additionally, the City of Auburn now requires all individuals who are reselling tickets to obtain a permit with a photo identification. Ticket authenticity can be verified outside of the stadium, at the ticket office, and at the Auburn Arena.
Everyone's favorite Tiger, Avi, announced his intent to compete for his 10th national title. According to the Universal Cheerleaders Association, Avi ranked first in video entries. Avi most recently won the 2016 title and came in second place last year. Avi will compete on January 12th to 14th in Orlando, Florida.
Auburn University's Veterans Association is celebrating Veterans Day all week. Military service songs will be played every day at noon from the Sanford Clock Tower. There will also be a display on Cater Lawn to give visual to the 110 veterans that commit suicide each week. Student nurses and student veterans will also be on the lawn to hand out pamphlets on mental health. Veterans Day is this Saturday.
After competitive application, Auburn senior Matthew Rogers has been named for a finalist for the prestigious Marshall Scholarship.
Auburn senior and Huntsville native Matthew Rogers has been selected as a finalist for the prestigious postgraduate scholarship, the Marshall Scholarship.
Would allow me to go to any school in the UK and study there for free for 2 to 3 years and get a stipend and all that, and just it would be awesome, right? So I'm currently a finalist for that, which means that they've gone through the initial cut and now it's region-based, and they select usually around 4 people of the 20 in the finalist block.
As a hardworking student in the Honors College, Matthew's advisors quickly noticed his potential and encouraged him to apply for prestigious scholarships.
Well, I do cybersecurity as my background, and obviously that's quite a topical area recently. And then that combined with some job experience I've had in the past, doing things like malware analysis, and I run the Ethical Hacking Club here on campus, as well as a couple of other things, have just like doing well in school, have allowed me to talk and work with Dr. Harris in the Honors College and apply for the scholarship.
If selected, Matthew is interested in getting a Doctor of Philosophy in Cybersecurity with the Center for Doctoral Training in Cybersecurity at Oxford University in the UK, and is interested in pursuing a career as a cybersecurity advisor for the government. Reporting for Eagle Eye News, this has been Ellie McCoy.
Rogers is also nominated for the Rhodes Scholarship.
Gamma Phi Beta held its annual G5 Beat competition last week.
Gamma Phi Beta hosted their annual fundraising event G5 Beat on November 2nd to a huge crowd at the Student Activity Center. G5 Beat is a dance competition amongst fraternities that benefits Girls on the Run, a program that works to encourage young ladies to live a happy and a healthy lifestyle.
I think this event went really well, and it was a really great turnout. It was so great to see a ton of other sororities and fraternities come out and support this great event and this great philanthropy. We definitely raised a lot of money because we filled the house and it was really hype, and we're just going to raise a lot of money for Girls on the Run.
Excellent opportunity out here today with Gamma Phi Beta. They put on a great event representing Girls on the Run. We practiced a few times a week coming up to the event, ended up getting second place. Sigma Pi did a great job too. Couldn't be more proud of the whole organization as a total though. Alpha Talladega though, gotta say, had a great opportunity out here, had great coaches. Couldn't be more proud of the money that we raised tonight for this great organization and the great girls that put this event on. So really grateful for the opportunity, and awesome opportunity just overall and everything.
One of the top hits at G5 Beat was none other than Phi Sigma Kappa, and we got a chance to interview Trey Cardenas, a member of the fraternity.
The preparation, that took a long time for us to figure out because of everybody's schedule, but we somehow managed to make it work, did a good, excellent performance, and I'm very proud of our guys, and I'll do it again if I had to.
This event was a huge success, and all proceeds will go towards the Girls on the Run chapter.
The philanthropy that Gamma Phi Beta supports empowers girls to develop healthy lifestyles.
Tired of your phone dying when you're outside relaxing on campus? Well, now the university has a solution.
As fall weather arrives on campus and the weather turns cool, more and more students take the opportunity to sit and study outside. But what happens when your phone dies? The university has installed several new solar-powered umbrellas across campus to help students find a place where they can sit down, enjoy the weather, and charge their phone or laptop at the same time. We spoke with students on their thoughts about the new additions.
Honestly, I think it's a really good step in the right direction. I mean, the charging stations in the student center are pretty helpful, but just to have another location outside, somewhere you can eat your food and enjoy the outdoors, I think it's a pretty nice thing. And they're in a pretty convenient spot right here, so you don't have to go too far out of your way to get to one.
We also asked about thoughts on the university's continued use of renewable energy.
I think it's a good thing. I mean, having renewable energy sources is always a right step, so just having more options out there I feel like is a good decision, especially with the charging stations. I mean, just outdoors, you know, they're constantly being charged up, and I feel like less people are inclined to use the ones outside right now. So I feel like it's more available than what's in the student section because those are always crowded. So I hope to see more alternatives like this outdoors and stuff in the future. So.
At the Foy Student Union, I'm Brooks Childress, Eagle Eye TV.
You can find these stations in various locations across campus.
The hotel at Auburn University hosted an event to raise funds for the devastating results from Hurricane Maria in Puerto Rico.
On November 2nd, the hotel at Auburn University hosted a fundraiser for Puerto Rico.
We're doing a pop-up fundraiser for Puerto Rico. We got inspired by a young man, a 15-year-old young man who took it upon himself, living on the island, having been himself without power and water for about 43 days now. When I saw the story, a lot of people sit back and wait for help, and there's very few who take it upon themselves, well, they're struck themselves, to set up a foundation and to go out and help people.
They had a corporate chef of Amsterdam Cafe and Moore's Mill Club join them in making unique Puerto Rican dishes for the guest.
I'm cooking. I'm doing arroz con gandules. That's a classic dish from Puerto Rico. Rice with peas. We're combining that with a lechon. That's a whole roasted pork in mojo.
There's nothing other than the money that goes to him through a foundation to help people directly. It's the fastest way to give relief to an island that has been absolutely devastated. If you Google Adelante, and you will see Ricardo, who is the 15-year-old young man who's taking this initiative. There is possibility for donations directly on the website.
Damages in Puerto Rico are estimated to be up to $85 billion. After the break, a look at Chick-Fil-A's newest restaurant.
Here's a look at what's coming up this week. You're watching Eagle Eye TV, Auburn's news leader.
I believe this is a practical world and that I can count only on what I earn. Therefore, I believe in work, hard work.
I believe in education, which gives me the knowledge to work wisely and trains my mind and my hands to work skillfully.
I believe in honesty and truthfulness, without which I cannot win the respect and confidence of my fellow men.
I believe in a sound mind, in a sound body, in a spirit that is not afraid, and in a clean sport that develops these qualities.
I believe in obedience to the law because it protects the rights of all.
I believe in human touch, which cultivates sympathy with my fellow men and mutual helpfulness and brings happiness for all.
I believe in my country because it is a land of freedom and because it is my home, and that I can best serve that country by doing justly, loving mercy, and walking humbly with my God.
And because Auburn men and women believe in these things, I believe in Auburn and love it.
With the oldest rivalry in the South's next matchup being this weekend, Chick-Fil-A is bringing fans from both schools together in a tasty way. A one-day-only pop-up restaurant called the Rivalry Restaurant will open on the Alabama-Georgia state line between West Point, Georgia and Lynette, Alabama.
The restaurant comes with a celebration offering free food, a screen to watch the game, and family-friendly activities. The event will also feature former Auburn and Georgia players in a meet and greet.
I would love to try the things on that menu, and I wonder if they'll be serving Toomer's lemonade.
Oh, that would be so good. It's going to be a good atmosphere. They got the game playing, they got good food, so it should be a fun time.
You bet. That's all we have for you tonight on Eagle Eye News at 7. Stay tuned after the commercial break for the SGA Senate meeting. For all your updates throughout the week, head to our website, eagleeye.com. I'm Julia Murphy.
And I'm Nia Humphrey. Thanks for watching, and War Eagle.
Fans, direct your attention to the flagpole for a special presentation.